Right, so tonight Dean's picking me up in about 15 minutes and I'm going to do some astrophotography. Good opportunity to try out the Eos R with taking some pictures of the skies. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these photos and I'll bring you back here and then I'll edit some of them up. The place we're going to is meant to be 0% light pollution, so it should be pretty good. I've seen a few shots from this area we're going to. It's called Portencross and they look really cool. And the real reason why I'm actually filming it is because I just got this 15 to 35 RF lens and I really wanted to try it out. So let's go. Almost dropped it already, but let's go and head to Portencross. Right, I'm down the beach. We thought we'd come to this location first before heading to the astrophotography location. So we're heading here to get that beautiful sunset behind us. That's us got to Portencross, so as you can see it's pretty dark. I'm actually using one of these wee lights here. I think it's newer that makes them. They're actually so bright that like, I'm only sitting at 400 ISO now, which is pretty good when it's pitch black here. So we're going to take some astrophotography photos now, then I'm going to go back to the studio and edit them up and then let you see how I edit them to get some hopefully amazing starry moonlight sky shots. So see you guys back at the studio. Hello guys, welcome back to the studio. I've actually got Lightroom open. I've looked through the photos, so I've got some that I thought were pretty decent. The moon was quite bright when I was taking the photos, so try to get the long exposure sometimes wasn't working properly in certain angles and stuff like that, just the way it is. But I feel as if I'm still going to be able to get good edits out of these photos. I'm just going to do this totally in Lightroom, but let's dive into it and see what we can get out of these photos. I think I've got like 3 or 4, so let's do it. Right guys, I've got a few photos here that I chose. Here's one. This one here's got a nice, should have a nice foreground that I can bring out. It's still kind of light here, that's why there's not that many stars. This one is a kind of, I was trying a wee bit of sparkler kind of photography, light painting. I've never done much of it, to be honest, but I just thought I'd try it, see what I kind of came out with. As you can see, I'm not that good at drawing, but I tried my best, so we'll see what happens with that. This one's another one, there's some foreground interest, hopefully. Nice wee mountains over here in the distance. And as you can see, there's a lot more stars. And this one's the castle that was down at Portencross. Looks pretty good. A good amount of stars. Hopefully it won't be too overexposed, but I can always bring down the exposure on the castle if it does get that way anyway. And these last 4 is just a few different exposures of the same kind of photo. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll just join all those up and right click them and photo merge HDR, and it'll create it for me. Might take a wee minute, I'll just speed it up for you guys. Right, there we go. So I'm just gonna hit merge. So it's just merging that now up at the taskbar up there. Right, so let's dive in. Oh, you can already hear my laptop struggling. The fan's gone like crazy. Right, so first, the way I always like to start an edit, I'm going to head down to lens correction and remove chromatic aberrations and enable profile corrections. This is just kind of make it look, see how there's quite a big change. It's just for certain lenses, they kind of curve in, or if it's a wide angle, kind of make it look more natural. And then you just make sure it's got the right lens selected here, which it does, because I was shooting with the RF 15 to 35. Next, I like to go up to exposure, and I'll just increase that slightly just to bring out the kind of detail on the sky in the foreground, and then we can kind of see what we're playing with and see that does look quite good foreground there, so I'm quite happy with that. We'll boost the whites a bit to bring out the stars, but leave the background kind of blacker. Maybe just drop that exposure a bit, it's a bit too overexposed. Bring them out a wee bit. Oh, too much. Right, okay. About there. Right, next, white balance. A lot of folk, when they're editing these kind of astrophotography photos, I've noticed are kind of like, it needs to be like dead blue, like that. But personally, I'd rather kind of not do it too blue. You want it to be like kind of perfect, preferably perfect. Right, so might be a bit blue there, but let's see what we can kind of play with. There's a bit too purples there. That in, maybe a bit too blue. Slight adjustments all the time. Not too green, not too blue. Probably about there, yeah. About there looks about right to me. I'll just boost the vibrance and the saturation a little bit. Bring them about to about +10, yeah. Maybe we see actually it's still too blue. I'm gonna boost it right up actually. And I can get a right good look at it. I can bring it down in a bit. It's definitely still too blue actually. Right, so I'm gonna bring that down even more. Right, let's just see. It's just all about going back and forward, kind of checking what you're doing and making sure it doesn't look bad. Right, next let's go to this. So I'm going to go click this bit, the adjustment tool here. I'm going to go to the lightest part of the image. Not there, right, maybe about there. Bring that up. Then kind of go to a darker part. Bring that down. Too far. There we go. About there, seeing it just has that natural S curve that you see in a lot of edits. Right, next I'm going to go to the shadows and boost them a bit. Don't want to boost them too much, but maybe about there, because you still want it to, like, you don't want to just go pure like, and it looks like daytime but the stars, you know, because you want it to still feel like you've taken the photo at night, but you've just kind of, you can just kind of see the details in that foreground a bit better. So parts of it are starting to look a bit bright, so we'll jump to our highlights and just drop them. Can bring them right down. Maybe just boost the shadows up again a wee bit. Don't want to boost the shadows too much because it will just introduce a lot of noise, you know. Next I'm going to go to noise reduction. Down here. Somewhere. Where is it? Where's noise reduction? Oh, there it is. I'm going to put the luminance to usually between 30 and 50 is a good kind of... I'm going to put this right up to 50 because it was quite noisy, to be honest. And then the colour, boost that straight to 100. Smoothness, boost it straight to 100. And then just kind of mess about with the detail. And if you can see straight away it looks a lot better, but if I zoom in to kind of these starry bits and then I turn that on and off, so you see how it takes away all these kind of wee faded stars that are like just messy looking, that you don't really want all these wee daft stars in. So like turn that on. It just kind of takes them all away, smooths them out, so it just looks a bit better. And then you can actually see what you're actually wanting to see. Now I'm gonna use this tool here. It depends on your photo. I'm gonna use this tool, and it's an adjustment layer. I'm just gonna put it like here. And I'm gonna, oh, the clarity's already boosted on it, but I was gonna boost the clarity. Oh, not too much. Okay. Bring it down a wee bit more. See what T-haze looks like. I always like to just go to the maximum and then the lowest, and then you kind of know what you're playing with, you know? Like, kind of knowing exactly what that tool is going to do to your image. Whites again. I can bring them up, drop the highlights. Nah, too much. Saturation. Just a wee bit less saturation. I don't really need to boost the whites anymore. Right, okay. Next I'm going to do the exact same thing. Duplicate that. And then I'm just going to flip that around. And then do the same thing but with the bottom half, so I can kind of see if I can kind of edit that up. So straight away I'm going to just boost the shadows because I want to see what I'm playing with. I'm going to put a wee bit more contrast on it. I like how you can see these kind of power lines in the distance there. That's kind of cool. I don't really want to do a lot with the foreground. I just want to kind of make it look good, but not stand out too much. So I'm going to drop those shadows right down to just right down to. I don't even really want them. Like maybe about 15. That'll do. Maybe a wee bit more, 20, 19, yeah. Yeah, we need them here. We made them more. We need more. Right, okay. Just going to put some wee bit more. I'm not going to get a lot more out of it. Slight adjustments all the way forward. Right, let's see how we're doing so far. Yeah, definitely. We've got quite a few stars popping there. I don't know how I'm feeling. This was like one of the first photos I'm taking. That's why it's like, that's obviously still the sun's maybe setting a bit in the background there. But let's see what else we can do. Right, let's jump to. Yeah, that's a lot of the yellows and stuff like that. So the yellows. Let's see if I can maybe just mess about with them a wee bit. And the greens. Just down there. Darken them slightly. Don't worry about that, keep an eye on that noise. We don't see it's a bit noisy there. Don't want that. Split toning, I usually just do a kind of teal and orange with split toning. That's just the style that I like. I don't know how much of a difference it will make in this actual image, but sometimes you're better boosting it like loads and then just bringing it right down. I just like an accent of it, like even less than that. Just like a kind of just that slight teal look. Yeah, cool. Just try to check if the colours are actually. They're looking a bit normal. They were going a bit weird there. Wait a minute. Okay. Put that back to 0. Right, next I head down to calibration and just put a kind of teal and orange look on this as well. See, that's when you start having fun. Sometimes, see if it's too much, I just drop that saturation, drop it on both sides. Too much, I mean, too much. Let's move those greens a wee bit. It's all about just doing wee bits at a time. Kind of see what looks the best, you know? I might need to put a wee bit more of this. I usually only do 50, 60, but I just feel as if this section down here's kind of looking a bit. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I've done something too much clarity maybe. Yeah, I just need to bring that right down. Maybe it's just a bit too much for this image. Let's see how we're looking so far. I mean, looks not bad. I'd crop that in. So you're kind of get rid of those over highlighted bits as well, you know. Maybe just adjust the angle slightly as well. Maybe like this. A wee bit more of the foreground. Yeah. Boom. I mean, not bad for a basic edit on Lightroom. I mean, I would say it's kind of basic. I mean, I just kind of done it quickly. If, I mean, you can see how much we've brought out all those stars. Definitely. Oh. So yeah, my next step would usually be, because I know they're all kind of similar, so next I'd be hitting new preset, make sure everything's selected that I've done, and it makes it a bit easier to use the settings from that, because I know it's going to be similar, you know, it's going to be pretty similar to what I've just done. So I'll just name that preset Astrophotography. Maybe I should bring out my own presets. Maybe these might look amazing and I'll be like, wow, I could be making money here, man. Right, so your presets are just down here. Astrophotography, as you can see, I just delete my presets as I go usually, actually. Just because obviously every kind of photo shoot is different. So yeah, that's that one done. Let's try this one, because this one's a bit different than that. And we'll just go put that straight on it. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Hey. Hey. It's not bad. Let's see that again, I'll take that off. Before. After. Hey. Not bad. Definitely need more in the shadows, and then blacks need to be coming out a bit there. But I mean, I was saying there a little bit, don't put it to 100, but I mean, it was pretty dark. That looks pretty good, to be honest. This next one, let's try the same again. Throw that one up. See, yep. See, too much. Too much. So straight away, just need to drop the exposure. Highlight some. Oh, look at that starry sky, but looks good. Oh, there we go. Yep. It's noise. It's noisy. But I'd probably be cropping that in, so let's see what the crop would look like. I feel like I want to crop towards this side. Let's see. Yeah. Definitely. Just that noise. It's so noisy, man. Yeah. Bring out those shadows. And blacks. Too much, not too much. I think the sun was still setting in this as well. By the looks of it, just that. Back to luminance, try it again, boost that a wee bit more. That a bit more. I'm digging that. In fact, I'm going to go back to this image and maybe bring the dehaze up a bit in this as well. Oh, sure. Sorry. Oh, that didn't work as good. Did not work as good. Clarity a wee bit more, but oh aye. Yep. Yeah, definitely. See a bit there. Yeah, that's cool. This is a wee bit questionable, but that's pretty cool, to be fair. I like it. Starry. This one, let's see what our preset does. Ooh. Drop that exposure again. Why? Don't really care that much about the foreground. Bring the clarity up. Use that. Oh yes, think about that. Oh yes. Yep. Dope. Dope. And then this is the one we added all the layers to it, so let's throw that on. Jesus. Right, okay. Drop that again. Pretty much just a case of dropping the exposure. Just in that. Let's get rid of that wee weird thing. Where is it? There it is. Let's get rid of that, that's weird. Spot removal, boom. Gone. Gone from existence. Whoa, that's starry, innit? I mean, that has a lot of stars. Right, okay, let's crop it for Insta. Boom. O on the keyboard for this, to do this. To look for that centre line. Boom. Oh, that's pretty good actually. That looks good to me. And maybe slightly change the white balance. But no, I'm pretty happy with that. Right guys, so that is how I edit an astrophotography photo. I hope you take something away from this, so next time you're editing, it'll maybe make it a wee bit easier. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. Hopefully this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.